Hollywood's golden age was more than just glitz and glamour. Behind the flashing lights and dazzling performances, many stars carried deep, personal beliefs, some unexpected, some transformative. Some sought peace in mysticism, while others found solace in faiths far from what they were raised with. Today, we step into the hidden spiritual worlds of some of the greatest legends of the past. Are you ready? 1. Cary Grant. Cary Grant was one of the most iconic actors of Hollywood's golden age, yet beyond the glamorous image, he harbored a deep fascination with spirituality and metaphysics. His search for inner peace and self-discovery led him to explore unconventional methods, including the use of psychedelic substances like LSD for therapeutic purposes. Unlike many of his peers, Grant openly discussed how these experiences helped him confront personal traumas, expand his consciousness, and develop a greater understanding of himself. He claimed that through these altered states of mind, he was able to break free from past insecurities and embrace a newfound sense of clarity. His interest in such practices was not merely recreational but deeply philosophical, as he sought to unlock the mysteries of the human psyche. While some dismissed his beliefs as eccentric, others saw him as a visionary ahead of his time, willing to explore the boundaries of perception in pursuit of higher wisdom. Even in his later years, Grant remained committed to self-exploration, advocating for the potential benefits of mind-expanding therapies. His journey into the unknown was a testament to his relentless curiosity, proving that even a Hollywood legend could be on a never-ending quest for enlightenment. 2. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe, the ultimate symbol of beauty and glamour, was raised in a Christian household, but her spiritual journey took her far beyond traditional religious beliefs. As she matured, she developed a profound curiosity for different philosophical and metaphysical teachings, gravitating toward Zen Buddhism and Freudian psychoanalysis. She often sought solace in these ideologies, using them as a means to understand the complexities of her own mind and emotions. Monroe was known to read extensively on these subjects, searching for deeper meaning in a life that was often overshadowed by fame and public scrutiny. Her interest in Zen principles reflected her desire for inner peace, while her fascination with psychoanalysis stemmed from a need to decode the traumas of her past. She frequently consulted with therapists and scholars, attempting to reconcile her personal struggles with the ideals she encountered in her readings. Though many perceived her as merely a Hollywood bombshell, Monroe possessed an introspective side that few truly understood. She longed for spiritual fulfillment beyond the superficiality of the entertainment industry, making her one of the most enigmatic figures of her time. Her quest for self-awareness and transcendence painted a different picture of her legacy, one of a woman who sought wisdom just as much as she sought love and acceptance. 3. Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, born into an Italian Catholic family, initially embraced the faith that had been passed down through generations. In his early years, he adhered to the traditions and customs of Catholicism, attending church services and following religious teachings. However, as his career soared and he became one of the most influential entertainers of his time, his perspective on faith began to evolve. Sinatra's encounters with power, wealth, and fame introduced him to a world where organized religion often took a back seat to personal philosophy. While he never completely abandoned his Catholic roots, he gradually distanced himself from institutionalized faith, preferring a more secular and individualistic approach to spirituality. He often questioned the rigid doctrines of organized religion, favoring a belief system that allowed for personal interpretation and intellectual freedom. In interviews, he expressed skepticism about religious institutions, arguing that morality and kindness should not be dictated by dogma but rather by one's own conscience. Despite this shift, Sinatra retained a deep appreciation for the cultural and moral values instilled in him during childhood. His journey from devout Catholic to a more secular thinker reflected the inner conflicts of a man who had seen both the light and the darkness of the world, yet remained steadfast in his belief in the power of human decency. 4. Audrey Hepburn. Audrey Hepburn, known for her grace and timeless elegance, was raised in a Protestant family in the Netherlands. However, her spiritual curiosity extended far beyond the religious traditions of her upbringing. Throughout her life, she explored various philosophical and spiritual teachings, particularly gravitating toward Eastern wisdom, such as Hinduism and Buddhism. The principles of these traditions resonated deeply with her, as they emphasized compassion, mindfulness, and inner peace, values she embodied both in her personal life and humanitarian work. Hepburn often sought solace in meditation and introspective practices, believing that true fulfillment came not from external success but from inner harmony. Her later years dedicated to humanitarian efforts with UNICEF reflected her spiritual beliefs, as she devoted herself to serving those in need with humility and kindness. Though she was never vocal about adhering strictly to any one faith, her actions spoke volumes about her deep sense of spirituality. She found beauty in the interconnectedness of all beings and lived according to the principles of love and empathy. Her spiritual journey was one of quiet introspection, proving that true elegance lies not just in appearance, but in the depth of one's soul. 5. James Dean. James Dean, the rebellious icon of 1950s Hollywood, was raised in a Methodist household, but his restless spirit led him to seek meaning beyond conventional religious structures. As a young man, he developed a fascination with existentialism and Eastern philosophies, particularly Zen Buddhism and Hinduism. These teachings, with their emphasis on self-awareness and the impermanence of life, aligned with his introspective nature and desire to understand the deeper truths of existence. Dean was known to immerse himself in philosophical texts, often contemplating the nature of destiny, fate, and the human condition. His enigmatic persona, both on and off screen, reflected the existential dilemmas he pondered as he struggled with questions of identity and purpose. His untimely death at a young age only added to the mystique surrounding his life, leaving behind a legacy of a man who sought answers beyond the material world. While the public saw him as a symbol of youthful rebellion, those who knew him recognized a thinker, a seeker of wisdom who refused to accept life's mysteries at face value. His short but impactful journey was a testament to the idea that true depth of character comes from a relentless pursuit of truth, no matter how fleeting life may be. 6. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo, the enigmatic Swedish actress, was born and raised in a Lutheran household, but as she navigated the heights of Hollywood fame, her spiritual inclinations took a different turn. Garbo became increasingly drawn to mysticism and Eastern philosophies, particularly Hinduism and Buddhism, which offered her a sense of detachment and inner peace amidst the chaos of the entertainment industry. Known for her reclusive nature, she resonated with the Buddhist ideals of solitude and self-discovery, choosing to live a private life away from the public eye. She often spoke of the transient nature of fame, recognizing its illusionary quality, a belief deeply rooted in Eastern spiritual teachings. Her fascination with these philosophies was not merely theoretical. It influenced the way she lived, seeking a life of simplicity and contemplation rather than indulgence. In her later years, Garbo remained deeply introspective, reportedly practicing meditation and embracing the idea of spiritual transcendence. Her retreat from Hollywood was not just an escape from the limelight, but a journey toward self-realization, making her one of the most intriguing figures in cinema history. 7. Clark Gable. Clark Gable, known as the King of Hollywood, was born into a Catholic family, but his spiritual journey took a different path. Throughout his life, Gable distanced himself from organized religion and adopted a more agnostic approach to spirituality. While he never fully rejected the values of his Catholic upbringing, he was more inclined to question traditional religious beliefs and explore his own understanding of existence. Gable's agnosticism reflected his broader view of the world, one that valued personal experience and introspection over dogma and doctrine. He was known to be a private man, and this private nature extended to his spiritual beliefs as well. Gable's agnostic stance was not necessarily a rejection of faith altogether, but rather a recognition of the limitations of human understanding when it comes to matters of the divine. He was more interested in living a meaningful life based on personal ethics and introspection than adhering to any particular religious institution. Despite his detachment from organized religion, Gable's complex personality, his struggles, and his experiences with fame led many to view him as a man in search of truth, constantly evolving and challenging the conventional views of the time. His legacy remains that of a man who sought answers outside of traditional systems, valuing the pursuit of knowledge and self-awareness above all else. 8. Ingrid Bergman. Ingrid Bergman, the iconic Swedish actress, was raised in a Lutheran household, and throughout her life she remained deeply connected to the faith of her upbringing. Her devotion to her religious roots was evident, and she often expressed the importance of the Lutheran faith in her personal life. However, Bergman was also a woman of great curiosity and respect for other cultures and religions. As her career took her around the world, she encountered diverse belief systems, and she embraced a spirit of open-mindedness and respect toward them. She never abandoned her Lutheran faith, but her interactions with other religious and cultural practices broadened her spiritual perspective. Bergman's open-mindedness allowed her to cultivate a deep respect for the spiritual diversity of the world, and she was known for seeking out connections with people of various backgrounds. In her personal and professional life, she maintained a balance between honoring her own religious traditions and showing respect for the beliefs of others. This approach reflected her broader outlook on life, one that embraced the richness of different perspectives while staying rooted in her own values. Ingrid Bergman's spiritual journey, marked by respect and understanding, made her not only a beloved actress but also a figure whose wisdom and compassion extended far beyond the screen. 9. Gary Cooper. Gary Cooper, born into an Episcopalian family, had a life marked by spiritual exploration and personal growth. While raised in the Episcopalian faith, Cooper later transitioned to Catholicism, a shift that reflected his evolving spiritual beliefs and search for deeper meaning. This change in faith was not a decision made lightly, but rather a natural part of his ongoing quest for spiritual understanding. Cooper's transition from Episcopalianism to Catholicism was seen by many as part of his broader personal journey, one that was deeply introspective and rooted in a desire for spiritual fulfillment. As a man who grappled with the complexities of fame and personal life, he sought solace and strength in his newfound faith. His conversion to Catholicism was seen by some as a reflection of his desire for greater stability and structure in his life, particularly in the face of the challenges that came with being in the public eye. Though he was known for his stoic demeanor and reserved nature, Cooper's spiritual beliefs were an important part of who he was. His embrace of Catholicism was a testament to his evolving understanding of life, faith, and the quest for personal peace. 10. Jean Harlow. Jean Harlow, the platinum blonde bombshell of Hollywood's golden age, was born into a Methodist family, but her spiritual journey took a unique turn during her years in Hollywood. As she navigated the complexities of fame and personal struggles, Harlow developed an interest in Christian Science, a belief system that focuses on the power of the mind to heal the body and mind. This interest in Christian Science was a significant departure from her Methodist upbringing, and it reflected her search for alternative paths to healing and spiritual growth. During her life, Harlow was known to be deeply influenced by her spiritual beliefs, and she often turned to Christian Science for comfort and guidance during difficult times. Her belief in the power of spiritual healing was not just a passing interest, but a guiding principle in her life. Harlow's embrace of Christian Science reflected her desire to find inner peace and a deeper connection to the divine beyond the superficiality of the Hollywood world she inhabited. Though her life was tragically cut short at a young age, her exploration of spiritual practices remains a testament to her curiosity and openness to new ideas, as well as her search for a deeper meaning in life. It's fascinating to see that these legendary stars weren't just icons on screen, but souls searching for meaning in their own ways. Perhaps what made them unforgettable wasn't just their talent, but the depth of their inner journeys. Which one surprised you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories. Until next time.